Hello and welcome into episode 6 or whatever. I mean, I don't even think I've done episode numbers on some of them now, but anyway, welcome into another story time with Sky Fellowship. And does this technically count as another Zelda? Yes, it does. And I understand you may be thinking, oh my god, stop with the Zelda videos. On the plus side, I'm actually kind of nearly done. I haven't done every Zelda video, but I'm getting to the point where I've done every Zelda video that I actually want to do. So it's just like while my brain's on Zelda, it's the whole point is this is still a creative thing for me. Like, I'm coming up with this, and sometimes when your brain gets stuck on it, it's like, okay, so you've done that Zelda, your brain then starts still thinking about Zelda. I can't just instantly go, right, stop thinking about Zelda now. Just completely stop thinking about it. You're not allowed to anymore. Instead, it's more a case of, oh, well, you've done this, and when you do that Zelda game, you have to make sure to mention that. So then it starts, okay, then I've now developed like 19 ideas, so I might as well do that video. And yeah, this is episode, it's about fucking time. I've waited so long to actually play a Zelda game with Zelda, as Zelda, being Zelda, just Zelda, you know? Like, I don't know why the hell it took so long. I really don't, but yeah. I'm really, really glad that we got Echoes of Wisdom, and I genuinely cannot believe how fucking good the game is. Been a very long time since I've played it, and I'm just going to be wandering around, probably doing the world's worst gameplay footage, but it doesn't really matter that much. From the moment I turned the game on, I kind of was instantly in love with it. I've always loved the art style of this, whatever this engine is that they remade Link's Awakening on, but it's the side quests, the NPCs, all of the little lore things, including the ending, by the way, which I am obviously going to mention the ending, so spoiler warnings for that. It's just all of the little things that you get to do and collect, and all of the stamps that you can go around. Like, that NPC and that quest is really, really cool, collecting all of the stamps. There's just so much little charm oozing with it that it both feels like a brand new Zelda, but also completely different, because it's not quite Zelda, and you solve the puzzles in totally different ways, and I honestly cannot rave about this enough. It was... I wasn't expecting much. Like, I was hyped for it, I really was. I really thought it would be good, because purely with the dev team, they don't do worse than good, you know? But the fact that instead I absolutely fucking loved it, it was just so nice that we finally had the game that so many people have been asking for. And it was actually really good, because they still haven't really done a Princess Peach game that doesn't suck. That Showtime, I've heard so many mixed things about the fact that it's just ridiculously easy and made for preschoolers or something. It's that easy, and that is an issue for me, because this at least does have a lot of difficulty. It feels like you're not going to get your ass kicked, but it's a Zelda game. So yeah. Echoes of Wisdom was one of those things that the ceiling was always huge, but no one knew it would get there, and I honestly feel it got there. I'm actually going to change file thinking about it, because as much as I know the gameplay is not like ever supposed to be amazing here, I'm kind of realizing that everything I'd want to talk about is on the other file. So I should probably load that, and I haven't played this file since I actually beat it, so I genuinely don't know where to put me. Key items and Echoes. Favourites. Why am I getting told all of this? Oh yeah, I was still dressed as a kitty. Because, I mean, look at me. Meow. It's amazing. Yeah. This is where I learn real time whether or not I can actually fast travel to get out of this area, so I know I can switch maps. Will you let me? Yes, you will. Because yeah, I don't have every single thing, but I want to be able to show off some items, and the fact that I've kind of maxed out this file at least now gives me things to talk about. So obviously I've got all of Link's abilities on this, and this is one of my favourite iterations of Link. The fact that this is kind of a cheat sheet, so you can either go boss ass bitch mode and become Link. I know so many people complained about this, but with the aspect of like the way the game actually works, I didn't really have a problem with it, especially because, and I might as well get to the boss part now, when you're defeating, I want to say Null is the name of the end boss in this, and Link comes in and people complained about that. The whole point of the story of Zelda is always that Zelda and Link work together. They have to work together, so I really didn't understand why people had a problem that they were clearly working together. You destroyed my thing in like one hit. Okay, I was not expecting that. Why do I... Oh, I know why I keep doing that. It's because as much as some of the controls are Tears of the Kingdom, like, they're not quite, and I literally recorded the Tears of the Kingdom video, so I'm pushing up to change items, and it keeps turning me into Link. But yeah, obviously, the whole point of this game, instead of traditional regular combat, which you can still do with the Link thing, is all the summons, and there's just so many inventive ways to kill your enemies, from summoning big-ass things that are so much more powerful than it's unbelievable, to summoning inventive ways. Some of the best things that I did early on in game, because you don't really have any, like, really powerful attacks, I would go to, like, a lush green area like this, and, arson. So, it's probably not going to work on this. Well, it's actually setting it on fire. It's just not setting the grass on fire because it's chopping the grass before it's igniting. But yeah, I'd basically run into a field and throw anything that could set things on fire. Because arson, it's a really, really great way to kill things in this game. There's just so many unique puzzle solutions for everything, from being able to like build your own walls out of water, which way better to build your own wall out of water than in a field full of fire. So the fact that you can, when I remember how to do this, there we go, that works, although I've now set it up in a really bad way that this is going to collapse as soon as I do this. So yeah, the fact that I could like build my own little pathways by doing that and get across things, it's just, there's so many options for movement, there's so many options for solving the puzzles, it's so inventive and ingenious and just fun. The fact that they managed to make a 2D Zelda game that essentially plays like Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, where there's no one solution for anything, you can truly solve anything however you want, and you even get these like little automatons, these automations maybe, which to be honest I unlocked them, but I don't actually think I got around to using them, so let's go see what they do on this little armadillo thing. That is way bigger than I was expecting. I'm assuming I have to, yep, wind. Okay, this could be the perfect automaton. Yeah, it's just gonna eat it. Yeah, there's just so many fun, unique little things. I genuinely didn't know that existed or could do that. That's something I learned first time here. So yeah, just being able to summon an army of loads of different creatures as well. The fact that you can mix and match as long as you've got the triangles for it, which is technically a stamina thing, but yeah, like, it's brilliant that I can do this and that I can command enemies that I've been fighting against for years on these games. Like, I know I've already summoned the Zero, which, oh my god, I hated fighting them so much in Link to the Past. Like, so much. They are one of the worst enemies in Link to the Past. Like, they just annoyed the crap out of me. Or a Wolfos, or... Is there a Stalfos? I'm trying to remember if there's a Stalfos summon. If there isn't, then it's fine. But Stalfos is basically the skeletons, and I'm struggling to remember. I know I can get a Dark Nut, yeah. I'm starting to think that I don't get a skeleton. Yeah. So either way, the fact that, like, I can get a Redead, a Gibdo, so many classic enemies that I absolutely love and bring them into my army. Or I can fight, as I say, by not even using enemies, essentially, just by using different items. I can sucker enemies in with dropping meat. They'll come over and they'll eat the meat. It's just, yeah. This hit in so many different ways than I was expecting it to, and I hope it isn't a one and done, because there's so much that you could do here. And just like with Breath of the Wild, where Breath of the Wild, I was comparing it to essentially the greatest tutorial, because everything you do in that pays off in Tears of the Kingdom. I'm not quite saying that they could do that, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if this turned out to be their building blocks and they were like, okay, now we really know what we're doing, let's give them something really special. I hope we do see a second Echoes of Wisdom. Like, it doesn't obviously need to be Echoes of Wisdom 2 or anything, but I really would love to come back to this version of Hyrule, or even if you take us to a different area, like I always say in a lot of videos. I just want to be able to, like, do more of this, more of the puzzle solving, more of the exploration, more of how it works. It is such a fun little game. And I didn't even touch on like the smoothies or anything that you can do, which I've got so many, as you can see, or all the little different items, which I love that you can get like things to customize your Zelda, so you can have different swim speeds and things. There's so much here, and it still feels like there could be more. So yeah, I think I've waffled on long enough. So I will say this has been Sky Fellowship with another story time with Sky Fellowship, and until the next time, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!